Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning uh, training call. This is Gregory Muscari here in Bozeman, Montana, and I'm going to go ahead and add a spotlight to my partner in training this morning, Janet Kiefer, SPD, down in Austin, Texas. And Janet and I are working on a lot of training projects together, and you're going to hear more and more about them over time. But one of the things we were working on yesterday was updating the Get Started checklist. It's as easy as one, two, three. And Janet, I'm so glad to have you with me here this morning to talk about that. Okay, voice check.
Voice check. It's good. It's good. Good morning,
Okay,
everybody.
good. Hey, good morning, everyone. Yeah, so these Thursday mornings it's kind of like continuing education for our brand partners, and sometimes just good to get back to the basics. And we were talking about doing this, and as we looked at getting back to the basics, we realized that the getting started checklist that we currently have in Live Younger Success needed a couple of small minor tweaks. So we're going to kind of just go over it and kind of immortalize it in this new recording. And we're very grateful for all of you being here with us today. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So hold on a second, please. And
And Gregory, as you do it, perhaps give some context to people to
you
let
know,
them know what we're doing with the learning management system.
well, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
For those of you who may be joining us and not heard about it, project's been in progress now for about a year, and we're finally being able to build a standardized one place, version of the truth learning management system, which is an online automated platform where your new brand partners can go and be able to log in and get trained specifically on the types of skills we're going to present today. So they don't have, oh, I heard this over on that person's broadcast. So I saw this online. Well, what did they tell me to do? I can't find that video. We're going to have it all in one place. And part of it is this three skills we're going to be bringing to you this morning.
Mhm. And I want to say, don't hold your breath because it's a huge project. It's going to be months in development. So you won't be looking for any change in the release of the learning management system for at least a couple of months. But what you can see is we'll continue doing some fine tuning with liveyoungersuccess.com. So I'm just going to jump over to liveyoungersuccess.com real quick and uh, and share my screen. Wait a second. Share, share. Okay. So you should all be seeing now our, existing training website, liveyoungersuccess.com. And this is the home page. And where we, over the years, we've kind of narrowed it down for a brand new person, not too much, not too little, just right. And we'd like to say, getting started is as easy as one, two, three. And if you click on it, getting started as easy as one, two, three, it will immediately take you to the getting started section, which you could also pull down tab. And getting started is as easy as one, two, three. And it's step one is, downloading your LifeWave InTouch app. And for many, getting your own personalized liveyounger.com website, which we're very happy to make available to you for only $50 a year. Now, on this page, there's also a place where if you click here, it's going to open up the Getting Started checklist. Now, if you look down the bottom, this is checklist number 2.7. We're now on 2.8. So I'm going to stop my share and start my share because Liz will be uploading this new version into Live Younger Success later on today. But now getting started is as easy as one, two, three. And if you scroll down, you'll see, oh, that's still the wrong one. Excuse me. I'm going to stop the share again.
We all do this, Gregory, with versions.
But I get to do it in
Choose the right
public.
one. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the right version. Okay, and if you scroll down the bottom right hand corner, oh, it's version 2.8. And we, thanks to Janet's input, we made some really nice fine tuning to this new getting started checklist. And it still says, we actually modified it, say, get the LifeWave In Touch app and your personalized liveyounger.com website. So download the free Powerful Marketing app, get your personalized website. That's an optional because people can still use liveyounger.com. But I think if you're serious about the business, having liveyounger.com/your name, username, and we're using the same identical username that you're using in LifeWave, you can print it on your business cards instead of, and kind of digress from our training topic today, and we'll come back to it, is one of the reasons that to have a liveyounger.com website, your own personal, is if you send somebody to lifewave.com, your own personal LifeWave, there's so much there, they may get lost and get into information overload. So liveyounger.com, one of the reasons for our success is a single product focus in a multi-product company. Well, when you go to lifewave.com, it's
Muted yourself.
You muted. You muted.
Sorry, I did that.
this
There
is
we go.
the way when I throw my hands in the air or something. Oh no. But anyway, so I think it's it's a worthy investment. But today, Janet, we're going to focus on the daily action plan. The DAP is, if you want to use the acronym, but it's the action plan. These are the income generating tasks that we all should be engaged in, day out. And there's only 5 of them. It's, these are the type of thing that you should consign to memory that you could train on a napkin at Starbucks, if you will. It's a simple method of connect, heart to heart, pique their interest, point to the tools, follow up. And if you do enough of those things, peak, point, and follow up, people are gonna say, how do I get started? And that's when the fun really begins. So I think we just want to jump in today and talk about number one, connecting heart to heart and how important that is in relationship building. Because remember, our goal is to build long-term, mutually rewarding relationships. And so here we are with that. And Janet, I'd like to just open it up to you because you kind of opened my mind and reminded me of some of my old skills. We probably forgot more than most people know about network marketing. And but thanks for being my partner in this training and talk a little bit about how important connecting is.
Thank you, I will, but I don't know if anybody can do this. Your screen is jumping. People are noticing that. It keeps popping, but hold on, folks. Well, anyways, good morning. A lot of people have joined us since we first said hello, and welcome to this training. Those of you who are new brand partners, many people are like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to get started. And you may have an upline sponsor that trains you, or maybe you don't. But as we share this with you today, this is a standard action plan, and Gregory's right. You should be able to write it on a napkin. Connect, peak, point, follow up, and enroll. And here's one point I'd like to make. We're in a part-time business. Most people join us, they're not doing this full-time. You're working in and around the edges of your day, but it's also not a sometime business. Oh, I'll get to it sometime. No, this is daily actions, right? And even if it's just today you followed up with someone, today you sent 3 videos and no one responded, you're doing something every day. So the first on the action plan is connecting heart to heart. And so as it says here, people don't care how much like, oh, I might know everything about the comp plan, but who cares if they don't think I care about them? So it really comes from the heart. However, this form questionnaire, when I first learned it, really helped me because my brain works in patterns and processes. You give me a structure and I'm good. So I want you to remember FORM. The first is just questions kind of to get your thinking going. And you don't have to do it in this order. But we typically, and Gregory and I'll demonstrate this, but we usually ask people about their family and what's going on and things like that. Or you have a work colleague, well, how's it going at the job? How are things? Blah, blah, blah. Or, recreation. Hey, do you have any vacation plans coming up? And then the motivation is what you're listening for. It's the subtext as they're answering questions, and you're thinking, oh, their motivation might be money, might be health, it might be more time, it might be they're overwhelmed, it might be they're in pain. So you're listening for those things, and then you are not going to jump on them. And so we'll help you with number two with that. So it's family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. At least cover at the first three. And you just honestly are asking, hey, Gregory, genuinely, I'm asking Gregory, hey, Gregory, you've been so busy this summer. How's your family? Have you had time to see them?
Yeah, that's awesome, Janet. Thanks for asking. In fact, I just had one of my sons that lives in California out here for an extended time, and we did this beautiful family float down to Yellowstone River.
Oh, most of us would be so jealous of that. Is that the son you haven't seen for quite a while?
Yeah, it's been several years since we've gotten together, and it was so fun. It was kind of a reunion for him to meet his siblings and reconnect with his siblings and his nieces and nephews that live here in Montana with us.
Oh, how exciting. Yeah, and especially you see how they've grown and changed. And was he interested in how you and Robin are doing now and what you're doing?
He was very delighted in the success we're having here, uh, with LifeWave.
Really? And tell me a little bit about why you feel it's a success. I'm always interested to know, when people are being very successful.
Well, he's kind of tied down to a job, and we have the freedom that our business, provides. So, it's really nice to show him our lifestyle and to have him be a part of it.
Oh, absolutely. And to float down the Yellowstone River midsummer, mid-July is just heaven on earth. And it sounds like you have time. Didn't you tell me you went on just a vacation to Europe recently?
We did, and it was a vacation of a lifetime. We spent 7 days in Switzerland.
So it sounds like travel's pretty high on your list and
It is.
having time to do these things.
It is. And I
That's
just want to sidebar note, recognize that I got off track. I'm selling LifeWave, which I'm supposed to be. You're selling LifeWave to me because I'm your prospect. So let me reposition my thinking.
no, but we're just having heart to heart. It's
Yeah,
fine.
we're
It's
just
fine.
connecting. But
Yeah,
what Janet's trying to do using the form method is just connect because before you try and pique someone's interest, be interested in them. And if you show enough interest in them, they're going to reciprocate by being interested in you. And what are you doing nowadays, Gregory? And then you get to pique their interest. Or what are you doing nowadays, Janet? Tell me more.
exactly. And so you might also go in a little bit to, last time we talked, Robin was having some trouble with her knee. Is she still in pain?
Yeah, that old knee is still that old knee. Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
Well, I know she's so much into health and works with a lot of wonderful health practitioners and things. But, I don't have a lot of time right now, but I have something she might be interested in. Would it be possible to reach out later today and maybe give you a little information on it?
That'd be great. Yeah, I'm
Great.
curious what you got
Okay.
cooking because I know you are on the leading edge in health and wellness, so I always like to know what you're up to.
Well, thanks, because I, like Robin, had a lot of trouble with 3 years of knee pain and was at wit's end. And boy, this new technology truly helped me so much. And I just care about her and how she's feeling. And anyways, if you're going on all these vacations, she's got to be able to walk well.
That's right. Yeah, hiking in the Alps is a little at 11,000 square feet.
That's true. Okay, so do you guys kind of see how the flow is? I didn't just stop with one question and I didn't jump all over him. Hey, I've got this patch. Let me tell you about it. You're
Mhm.
saying, I've got something that you might be interested in, and you're starting to pique their interest. So we can do another one where Gregory talks to me. Do you want to ask questions, Gregory? Do they have any questions?
Yeah, let's try that. Maybe we'll keep our roles correct on this one. Janet, ring, ring. Hey, Janet, how are you?
Gregory, great to hear from you. We haven't talked in a couple months.
I know, I know. And didn't you just get back from a trip to your daughter's a while ago?
I did. And oh, it was so lovely because I'm always in the hot, hot weather of Texas, and she's in the cool weather of the San Francisco Bay Area. And she has this amazing, amazing garden, which I'm always intrigued with. But I have to admit, it hurt my pride, but I had a fall in the garden while I was there. And I hit my head and I ended up with a couple stitches. And, you know, um, you got to take care of yourself at this age.
Oh my dear. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad you're okay. You look great. So obviously you have recovered. Hey, look, I've only got a couple minutes right now, but I came across something because I know, we share a similar age rank, you know, and sometimes it feels like my body's growing old faster than I am. And I came across something, let me ask you a quick question. What do you know about stem cells?
Well, I did a lot of study in college, pre-med, and I know that they're the master cells, but I don't know, I don't think about them much. I kind of think I've heard about people doing stem cell injections.
That's interesting you mentioned that because my wife Robin was looking into getting a stem cell injection, and we were going to spend like $12,500 on this. And a friend called, said this company he works with, this wellness company, came up with a stem cell patch that actually you put on your body and it activates your own stem cells. And he goes, so I mean, she is quickest sale he ever made, probably, because she said, how quick can I get it? It arrived about 3 days later. And about 7 days after she started using this, the pain in her old left knee was gone. And and I was thinking about you because I know you and Robin share some of those aging experiences, symptoms
That
of
was very polite.
symptoms of aging, let's call it. And I just thought you might want to also know about this.
Thank you, because yes, I'm always open to alternative wellness products. I think most of us want to stay healthy. We want to be mobile. We want to be pain-free, and it just takes some effort and time. I'd be very interested in knowing about this. So please send me over some information.
I'd be happy to. I'm going to send you a little video link. And would you like, is text the best way or would you prefer email?
Oh, texting for sure.
Okay, I'll
Yes.
text you over a link to a short little video and I'll include, a website that you can look at also, because probably the video is going to pique your interest like it did for me and Robin. And I'll give you a little more information and let's just get back together sometime soon. I don't know, it's early today. Should we get back together later today or tomorrow sometime?
Yeah, I've got some time around 4. I'll give it a look at it and I'll text you and things. So thanks
That'd
for
be
sharing.
awesome.
I
That'd be
appreciate
awesome.
all the best things that have ever come to me is usually through my friends.
Mhm.
Mm,
Beautiful. Well, cool. I'll get it off to you and we'll reconnect later on today.
okay. So as you guys see, he did a different approach where he did go in and do the full peak and offer, and he even went to number 3. So Gregory, do you want to talk about pointing to tools?
Well, and this is where really the business is peak, point, follow up, and roll. It's those four things. And that's the way we used to have our four-step daily action plan, but we realized you need to connect first. This
Mhm.
is relationship building. Don't just get on the phone and start pitching people. And that's the tendency that many people have. You need to get on the phone. Hey, Janet, how are you? It's so good to, we haven't talked in a while. How's the family? How's your daughter? How was your trip? Is we genuine love and concern and connection. And oh, by the way, I've only got a few minutes, but I came across something, whatever transition you want to use to pique their interest. And it's been said to us, but one of our trainers said, your job, if you should choose to accept it, is to pique people's interest in something they did not know exists.
Yeah.
This breakthrough, this historic breakthrough in affordable stem cell technology. And we have these phraseology listed here in the daily action plan handout. So, but you don't dump the whole load. I don't tell you, oh, well, this guy, David Schmidt, he used to work for the US Navy and he created this stuff. And then, and then it didn't work out. And then and then back in 2004, he started this. It's like, oh no, it's like, its benefits. Everybody's favorite radio station, you all know, is WIIFM. What's in it for me? And you need to be broadcasting their favorite radio station and what's in it for me. And so that's why the form technique allows you to kind of maybe get some information on what's happening in their life. And Janet mentioned she took a little fall. Well, gosh, that was the open door to talk about wellness. But then you pique their interest. And Robin likes to say it's the potato chip theory. Give them a potato chip. Bet you can't eat one. We're dating ourselves with that old ad. Bet you can't eat one, but you don't dump the whole bag. And the enthusiastic new brand partners, many times they want to dump the whole bag on somebody, you know?
Gregory, you bring up so many good points, but also on his chart on the screen, number 3 on Point to the Tools, the
Mhm.
liveyounger.com for your site is like the perfect thing to text them after the video because then they can just go through it and they start to see things. And I'm a big believer in visual imagery because the brain takes in information differently, whether it hears it or sees it, and can react emotionally. And we make decisions from seeing and emotion, not from hearing, you guys, and actually not from reading. So we're trying to bring you tools that are multi-dimensional. They heard your heart. Now they can see a beautiful video. Now they can get more information on a screen and understand it.
Mhm. Yeah. And on that, on your personal liveyounger.com or the generic liveyounger.com, there are 4 or 5 nice short videos that the first one's a teaser, the second one delivers some more of the information, the third one's about David Schmidt, and they progressively unveil this fabulous company, opportunity, and products we're dealing with. And again, it's a single product focus. It's all about X39, validating the science, validating the product, and validating the hero, David Schmidt, that developed this breakthrough technology.
So we hope you see this gives you the structure of what to say
Mhm.
because so many new brand partners love the product and then clam up. I don't know what to say. So use the tools, use the form, and it'll just help you get over that hump or, lift your arm and point to your patch. You know,
Right. Exactly.
have you seen this? Here's mine. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're going to save follow up because follow up's a big, we'll maybe save that for next week, because I think we really want to dig into follow up and enrolling, and those two go hand in hand. Again, if you peak and point enough and follow up enough, you're going to be enrolling people, and everybody could be enrolling more if you're connecting, peaking, and pointing more.
Yes. Yes. And if I may just emphasize for some of our new brand partners, and some of you will probably shake your head up and down yes on this. Many of us don't buy, you guys, on the first time they see something. And I like to say, if I ask Gregory, hey, Gregory, go get me a Kleenex, he goes across the room and gets me a tissue because he knows what a Kleenex is, right? But if I go, hey, Gregory, go get me a photobiomodulation patch, he's like, what? This is a brand new technology. Some people need to see it and hear it a few times. So please don't think it's you and you're not good at this. It's people need to become aware. And later, many of us have had people call and go, are you still doing that thing? I'm ready now.
Yeah, if people don't know what you're doing, they won't do it with you. You know, chances are in the months and years to follow, more and more people are going to hear about LifeWave. And if they know you, family member, good friend, neighbor, are involved in LifeWave, and even though they may hear it from, a feature length documentary of David Schmidt on Amazon Prime or wherever it ends up showing up, there's a good chance they might come back to you and say, "Hey, Janet, you mentioned LifeWave, and I just saw this incredible video," or another person was mentioned it, and I remember you talked to me about it. Tell me more. So I don't want to say it's a game of tag, but if people don't know you're involved and someone they don't know tells them about it, they may end up in their team instead of yours.
Yeah, it's true. And we all have that sinking feeling when you talk to someone, they go, "Oh, I already bought that."
Or you go to the next conference and they're sitting with somebody else.
Yes, that's true too. So any questions, comments?
Yeah, we can then open up for Q&A. If you have any questions, just raise your hand. And
Have any of you worked with the form structure before? Do you want to share a story? Maybe Gregory, you can put us in the whole gallery again.
okay, so should we stop the share?
Yeah, so let's
Yeah.
stop
There
share.
we go. Okay. And I see
Anybody?
Tracy's got her hand raised. Go ahead, Tracy.
Good morning. I
Morning.
really love your customized website. It is
Thank
fantastic. What
you.
a brilliant idea. And then the link is one click away from us actually capturing the sale. I'm wondering, is it possible on that to restructure? When I look at it on my phone, the first thing I see is my name and my picture. And I'd
Mhm.
rather it be less about me and more about the product. I'm wondering if can the first picture be like the X39, keep the brand partner name and then just have the picture down below. Otherwise, it looks like I'm selling myself.
That's a good suggestion, duly noted. And I'll bring that up with our web team.
I think it'd be awesome. I would use it more. I just feel weird because I feel like I'm trying to promote myself or something, and that's not who I am. I'm about helping people heal their body. And
Yeah, that's
yeah,
really good feedback. I appreciate that very much, Tracy. Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Sunshower, you have your hand up next. Go ahead, please.
I love that the two of you role played for us, whether or not you had your roles right the first time. No, the role playing modeling is so good for people because they do get, hesitant about, well, what should I say? Even if they start, they're not sure how to, progress. So you guys did an excellent job on that. I've used the form thing since 2001 and it really works. And the thing that is helpful, like Gregory said, is, oh, I don't have too much time because people will start rambling about their family and everything. They think you want to talk for an hour, and that's really not the case. If you don't even bring up LifeWave or the technologies the first time, if you haven't talked to them in a long time, you definitely want to set the next event, the next time that you're going to be calling them and or inviting them to a patch party, maybe if they're local. The other thing I just want to say is that was so great about not just sending the InTouch videos, but to actually send your replicated site, or if you don't have the Live Younger replicated site, at least send them to liveyounger.com because it's a wonderful scroll through and gives people a great overview. Thanks, you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sunshar. Good points.
Mhm. Hey, Lavelle.
Young man and young woman. So
Younger
great
every
point.
day.
Say that again.
Growing younger every day.
Amen. Amen. Great points, Gregory and Janet. Really appreciate you guys. A couple of things I like to point out or go back a little bit. Like you said, guys, the name of the game is less is more. As Gregory said, just tell them you only have a few minutes, guys. Less is more. Don't throw up on them, please, because that's what now you're selling. And that's not what we're doing. We're just sharing, we're sifting. Another thing I want to say, we all get off track once in a while, guys. So if you do throw up on them, just don't throw up on the next person. We get off track once in a while. So we do something called plan, do, and review. You plan it, you do it, and you review it. Check yourself, help yourself grow, and help your team grow. The other thing is, guys, is that people's lives can change every 3 months or so. So you want to make sure that you're following up with people because people's lives are changing. And because prospecting is not an event, it's a process. You want to make sure that you're taking people through that process, step by step by step. Like I said, like Gregory and Janice said, guys, if you just stay engaged with the DAT, that I like that, just that one another, guys, because we all get better if we do things consistently. Consistency is the key. Anything you do daily, you will develop that skill. Thanks so much for letting me share, Brittany.
Lavelle,
Yeah.
you said so many perfect things there. But one of the things he's stressing you guys is do this role playing with your team. Get them
Mhm.
on the horse, get them on the bicycle. Good stuff, Lavelle.
Yeah, one other thing I want to add, thanks, Lavelle, it triggered a lot, is be the messenger, not the message. And some people think, oh, I got to learn how to do the presentation, I got to memorize, and I got to learn everything. No, you don't. You just need to learn where to point. If you're talking, you should be pointing to a tool. Be the messenger, not the message. The message is the website. It's the InTouch app. You know, it's the Doc Talk on Sunday afternoon. It's all those tools that we have. So thanks very much, Lavelle.
Gregory, yeah, and
Yeah.
get out of the way. We like to say, get yourself out of the way. Anything but yourself, guys. Anything but yourself, guys. Point, 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 guys. Get in the habit of pointing. Thanks so much.
Right. Paulette.
Yes, thanks, Gregory, and thanks, Dan. So much great presentation. I love the simplicity of it. I have two quick questions. I have several people that are working, and
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm new to your group, so I don't know where to find this recording.
Oh, this recording is at liveyoungeryoutube.com. And when you go to Live Younger YouTube, our YouTube channel, it's segregated by the different calls. So you'll just scroll down to the Thursday morning calls and it'll be here. It'll be there, and usually within 24 hours. So we got to wait for Zoom to process it and then, schedule and get it uploaded into YouTube. But there's an archive of all of our calls right there at liveyoungeryoutube.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Good question. And if you were asking, other people were too. Hey, Jen.
Hi, is it my
Hello.
turn?
Yes, your turn.
Good. Thank you so much. Such a high value call. Thank you for refreshing. I can listen to this training over and over again and always get a new piece.
Okay.
And I'm grateful. I've been listening to Jim Rohn also, and I wanted to just solidify something that I hear him say all the time is don't look at me, look at this. You know, if you have a message of value, don't look at me, look at this. But in that, in my going and using FORM, we have a lot of people in our community flooding into our community now who are new to our community, and even our little community I can run into outside of all the drama and the trauma that's happened in Kerrville lately. I can run into people who have lived here their entire lives and they don't know me and I don't know them. And so the value of having my face at the top of my replicated website is, I think, very good, because if I'm meeting somebody in the grocery store, I'm in a restaurant, and right now I have a campaign that's patch and pray.
Oh.
Because our community needs a lot of prayer right now, and we need a lot of intervention and restoration. And so if they're meeting me, it's the energy that I'm giving, it's the conversation that I'm having. If I'm sending them a website, they might see 1,000 people during the day. And if they see me, that's going to trigger the conversation that we had, because Janet just taught us people make decisions off of what they see and how they feel. So we're giving an impression in that 60-second or 2-minute exchange. They're seeing us and they're getting a feeling about who we are. And if we have a moment to give them the message and send them our replicated website and then they're taking the opportunity to open it up, they're seeing my face, and it's about relationship. So
Right.
they're going to remember that, and they're going to be more inspired to maybe go farther down, because there's a don't look at me, look at this. And it's just not very far below my face that you're seeing the message. So, not to be a devil's advocate, because I totally get what that other woman said, but for me personally, I
Mhm.
want to have that. I want to give that initial feeling of, hey, she's really genuinely interested in me. And I'm going to remember her face. I'm going to remember the conversation I had. And then I'm going to be more willing to scroll down and look at what she was talking about.
Well, Jen, if I can give you a long distance hug, those of you who have heard about the floods in Kerrville, I'm going to start crying. Don't
Yeah.
really understand how traumatic it's been down here and how many people are going to funerals because children have died, families have died. So, Jen, I'm going to private message you on here and give you my number. I want to contribute through you because your community. And Robin, would you share what David did to support the community, please?
Yeah, I was just going to jump in also. Jen, Valerie, Paul, and their local team are literally boots on the ground. It is
Yeah.
one of the largest, if not the largest, natural disaster that's ever happened in Texas. The company has given tremendous resources to Red Cross and donated lots of patches. And Valerie, God bless you, she's been communicating with Janine and Garrett, and they're getting patches for first responders. It's horrific, you guys. And so, as a community, for us to be sending prayers, and if you want to send patches, you can do that. And Valerie's going, yes, yes, yes. So, maybe I should just send them to you, Valerie. Is that the best thing to do? Okay. So that would be a wonderful thing to do to contribute. And, we're so blessed to be with a company that is truly philanthropic from the right place of getting resources. And that's why David created the drone, is to be able to get resources to places in need as quickly as possible. So you guys, huge, huge, huge thank you for all that you're doing. And I know you're being exposed to some pretty horrific things that are really difficult. And I think Valerie's having one of the first responders over for a home cooked meal. How wonderful is that? Yeah, but thank you to Lifeway for its generosity. They've sent hundreds and hundreds of sleeves down to Texas, where Jen and Valerie and Paul are located in their team, and they're doing an amazing job being of service and patching people. Thank you, guys.
Go ahead, Jen.
I just have a quick testimony to the form method, because we got a little bit off track, but it's all just beautifully intricate. I work a side hustle at a busy restaurant that was not devastated by the flood. And so it's been a point of community for a lot of people. And I've been serving a tremendous amount of first responders. And I had a table the other night. It was a mom and a dad of one of the men, originally very first on the scene, and he was a rescue swimmer. And the PTSD that he has from that first 24 hours after the flood is incredible. And it immediately gave me a window of opportunity, first to pray with her and connect with her, because that's her baby boy. That was ground zero when all of that was happening. And he's having trouble. Our first responders are having trouble. And we were able to even thread into another woman that has a campaign here to recover things that are lost that were special to people. Just a lot of really intricate weaving of community and the ability to connect with the family, occupation, recreation, and message, and have the opportunity to don't look at me, look at this, because this can really help him. This sweet little simple patch, 12 hours on, 12 hours off, that's going to really help balance his brain and help him get out of the trauma of of his, he was ground zero from when it happened on Friday. He didn't get off duty until Thursday. So just being willing to listen to listen to the person and have them really understand that you care about them. Because when I texted her, she texted me right back, because in that moment serving her at the restaurant, I said, I really want to have coffee with you.
Mm,
She didn't know me. And she said, yes, let's have coffee. Let me look at my schedule and we'll make it happen.
beautiful.
So it's about connecting heart to heart, like Janet was saying. So I'm just, yay, awesome presentation. Thank you so much.
I don't know what to say.
We have a really beautiful community of people that deeply care, and thank you, each and every one of you. And if you do want to make a contribution in patches or money, let's see, what's the best way, Gregory? You keep me in line, so.
Yeah, Valerie, if you want to post your contact information in the chat, I think that would, and Valerie and Jen, either of, or both of you, that'd be awesome.
Great, thank you.
Deep breath on that. Our hearts go
And-
out to you. Hearts
And we can
prayers.
always send prayers, you know,
Mhm.
yeah.
Ravel.
Jen, thank you so much for supporting your community, and Janet for supporting Jen. And it's just beautiful to hear. And what an opportunity we have in LifeWave to contribute to others, which we see exemplified by our leaders here. Thank you for the reminder, especially if we're on the phone, to say, I just have a couple minutes. Seemed to have worked well for me this morning. I was cycling and saw 5 gentlemen in the back of a truck. And I just asked them if anyone's looking for supplementary income. And a gentleman got up and said, that'd be me. And really identified himself, and great personality. It was so easy to get to know him because he offered information. He said, I love road shows, and, so when he texted back after sending him, thank you, liveyounger.com, love it. He said, I really hope that you'd make some time so we could work together, and then I reminded him that this is something that could really assist you and your family if you if you like what you see and you choose to stick with it. We say that you want to dedicate at least 5 hours a week to really make a go of it in income generating activities. So I'll just leave you with this quote, which was said earlier today. Everyone could be enrolling more if you're connecting, peaking, and pointing more. So thanks, Gregory. Thanks, Janet.
Thank you, Ravel, because what you said, I think more of us, it would be just wonderful. It was so simple. Are you open to an income opportunity? People really need what we have. So thank you for sharing that. And it was so easy. And then you know if they're open or not, and you can take it next. So thank you. Okay. iPhone.
iPhone number 3.
Yeah, this is James Shanks. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hello, Dan.
James.
Dane. Hi, Dane.
James. J-A-N-E-S.
Okay, I get it. Jane.
Gregory, I talked to you a while ago. It's been a while, but
Yeah.
I'm a friend of Michael Crucial's.
Nice.
And I just want to say that all of our prayers are going out to the people that were in the terrible flood that they had. And I'm partners with Kenny Copeland and Faith Life Church here in Branson, Missouri. That's where I live right now, but I'm originally from Montana. But coming up there, going on vacation here soon, and I plan to stop and seeing you and Robin, and great training. Thank you every so much for everything that you people do for us. And LifeWave is like faith. Don't quit.
All right. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, good morning, Beck.
Good morning. Wow. So glad I'm here today. I bet everybody else is. And I appreciate making us more intimately aware of what the people are
Mm.
still going through. Jen, what you shared really resonated with me. And I wanted to add this little caveat because it flows with it. It might be helpful for someone. I love that we talk about the heart at the beginning of this checklist because that's the way God's taught me to do business my whole
Yeah.
adult life.
Mhm.
And I was married to a pastor, so I've got that background as well. So I'm just going to speak from my heart right now. One of the things I loved, and I wrote down, Jen, that you said, don't look at me, look at this. And it reminded me of what God taught me. And what I do is in every meeting I'm going to have, whether it doesn't matter, business or personal, strangers or people I intimately know, Father, give me your heart for the people I'll be speaking to.
Mm.
And I'm just telling you, it really is that simple. And then I often say, and if there's something you want me to say, put your words in my mouth. I mean, that is acknowledging God in all my ways, and it's very effective. And I want to reiterate what I wrote underneath here. Don't look at me, look at this. And then this went with what I was just sharing. Don't think of yourself, think of them.
Mm.
And we all know everybody needs it, but they don't know it. And so I also loved, I don't know if it was Jen or someone else before, I wrote down, we've got a patch for that because that's so simple. So I hope that's a blessing. God did make us to share and connect. And when I forget about money and just think of helping a person, I mean, he told me my people are burdened, help my people get them patched. I mean, I'm just telling you, this is God's way of doing business, and he will bless us beyond measure. And I'm honored and so grateful and humbled to be in this team and working for David Schmidt and God. So thank you guys.
Amen. And before I call on you, Valerie, Robin, do you want to share the speaker's prayer?
What?
Do you want to share the speaker's prayer that you taught me years ago?
Yeah, in my facilitator training, my coach and mentor, JJ, who you've heard me talk a lot about, every time I do a presentation or even get on the phone, she taught us, to just say, God, get me out of the way. And boy, does that make a difference, because sometimes oops, I'm not sure what else is going on there, but yeah. Okay.
That's so good, Robin. God,
get me out of the way, because, we are all vessels. And as David would say, we're here to share the light. And we open ourselves up to let it come through. So aren't we blessed?
I'm adding that to my daily. Thank you.
Thanks. Hey, Valerie.
Thank you, guys. What an awesome morning this is turning out to be. I just want to share with you, and hopefully I won't just start bawling here. The love that we've been receiving in our community has just been overwhelming. I've shared this with a couple people, and not to take up our whole business time with what's happening here, but it's kind of a big deal what's happening. We just saw in the newspaper that literally the world has been responding to us. The first week when it was happening, I was so overwhelmed with the grief and with the stories. And I began to see this influx after about a week. And what was interesting with all that was the weather was different than it normally is here. It was cloudy, it was gray, it was dreary, which really allowed, and for some of you, you'll know what I'm talking about in a minute. It was almost like heaven just allowed this time of Shiva, that we got to just sit and grieve and mourn. And literally, it felt like I could feel the tears of Kerrville, even on my home, which is not usually moist here. It's not humid here, but it was just wet. But then I began to notice this influx of first responders coming into our town. And I began to shift my focus. And I've shared with so many people that I went from the horrific and began to focus on the heroic. Overwhelmed. We had 2,100 first responders, boots on the ground, and how many of those were volunteers. I was blown away. And as I began to dig around in that and really began to move my focus there, I started finding these incredible veteran volunteer groups that this is what they do. They bring their skills their life skills, and they've put them to use to go out, and they go running into the storm. The only ones that I've ever heard running into a storm was like the buffalo. The buffalo runs into the storm because it's the fastest way to get to safety. Overwhelming, the damage that was done. They are overwhelmed. They're brought to their knees. They've never seen anything like it. And they said it was like a hurricane. I'm sure you guys have seen the news. It was like a hurricane coming through here. But these first responders, these veterans that are bringing their skill here, suddenly just stole my heart. And I began to reaching out to as many of them as I could find, just to try to minister to them and share my gratitude with them. I mean, that is unusual. And they're still here. They're still here. And I have heard from multiple groups, they will be here until they are told their service is no longer needed. And they're volunteering. So this is who has my heart. This is who has my patches. Jen is out on the front line as well because she is at a restaurant that didn't get damaged right on the river. So she has a unique space to have these beautiful touch points as well. And thank you for even offering the opportunity to share with us. This is such a worthy cause. And being able to just touch people's life and be the light. What I realized for myself was this was the most loving thing that I could do is be the light to the people that we're sharing this with. We're calling it Prayers and Patches. We believe and are fully convinced this is the second best news we could share with anybody. We tend to lead with the first. If you already know it, great, we'll move on to the second. And they just dovetailed perfectly together. So thank you so much for your generosity, your prayers. Your prayers, I believe, are what has been holding us up. It's what's holding us together. I believe it's one of the ways the Father is bringing healing to our town. And so thank you. And keep praying. Love you.
Thank you, sweetheart. That was beautiful. Oh boy, where do we go from there? Sending you love.
I just call it a wrap on that.
I think so. I think so.
Well, I want to encourage everybody that in the midst of all of this, the first responders are absolutely humble. And I want to encourage all of us because everybody on this call are first responders in some aspect. In some way, we're all first responders, and we might be the first ones on the ground to somebody that you've gotten a little check. Go talk to that person who's buying frozen peas right now. I want you to go over and talk to that person. Just say hi. You know, that's a first responder. That's listening to a higher power and saying, okay, I want you to go and talk to that person because you have what they need. And you're going to go find out what that is. And so in all of us are first responders. And I love this community because we're taught how to develop the skills. We're all learning how to develop the skills to be that first responder. And even as maybe it's being introduced to these people, the seed's been being planted, but you're going and watering it. And he's going to produce the increase. But if you're maybe not a first responder, maybe you're a second responder, and maybe you're a second exposure, a third exposure, but it's going to grab hold. And so be encouraged to just keep showing up to these amazing trainings because you're getting the training. These people that are first responding here are so skilled in what they do. And we have all of these opportunities on these calls to show up and learn these skills so that we can go and be those first responders, right? And we can use our natural God-given talents, my unique wiring to go and first respond. Okay, I don't have to be like Janet or Gregory or Valerie. I have to be just like Jen. Just like Jen. And go and use these tools to pour through Jen as I'm serving sweet tea and chicken fried steak.
Yeah.
Us Texans like our sweet tea and chicken fried steak.
Good, Jen. All right, all right, all right.
So be bold and follow the promptings of your heart.
Yeah.
You know, and because, you know, God will show the way and open the doors if you're willing to walk through them. And you never know who's the next person whose life you can impact. You know, we've got something so wonderful, and we've got a leader, David. He is all about enhancing the human condition. He's probably the most generous person I've ever known or met, because as soon as he hears of a problem like this in Kernville, he's sending money, he's sending patches. He says, what can we do to help? And that was a driving force in David coming up with the drone, because he was tired of donating money to the Red Cross and it taking 30 or 60 days for the results to occur. We're going to take it upon ourselves. So, you know, someday when there's a problem like this, there'll be a drone landing in your front yard, Jen, full of patches. Oh, man. Well, what a wonderful call. What a wonderful community. We are so blessed to all be a part of. Thank you, Janet, for, you know, all that you contribute in front and behind the scenes. And thank you all, everyone, for being a part of LifeWave and Live Younger Together. So if you'd like to unmute, this is a good time, and we'll call this call complete. Good night. Bye, everyone.
Love.
Another
Love.
amazing call. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Valerie.
Lovely X39.
Thank you, Gregory.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank
you.
Beautiful call.
Thank you.
God is so good.
Thank you.
So good.
Blessings to you all.
Yeah.
Blessings to everyone.
God bless
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Gather them up.
Praise God.
Yes. Praise God indeed.
Amen.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
God bless you.
God bless you.